We know that the derivative of x ki power n, so variable and the power is a constant. So observe carefully, this is a variable and this is a constant. So whenever we have it like this, what is the derivative? Nx n minus 1, which we have already verified by first principle. So it is nx n minus 1. So it means what? If it is x cube, the derivative is 3x, 3 minus 1, that is 2. If it is x4, the derivative is 4x cube. So whenever it is x, the derivative will be 1x1 minus 1, that is 1x0, which is 1. Right? So whenever we have constant means x ki power 0. So what will be the derivative? 0. So derivative of a constant is always 0. X is 1. Similarly, if it is x root x, so root x means it is x ki power half. So it will be 1 by 2 x ki power minus half. So we can learn it as 1 upon 2 root x. Similarly, if it is 1 upon x, we write 1 upon x as x ki power minus 1. So minus 1 x ki power minus 2. So we can learn it as minus 1 upon x square. Right? And what we have to remember, function we represent by fx, then the derivative we represent by f dash x. Similarly, if we represent function by y, we can represent derivative by y dash, y1 or dy by dx. All these are synonyms of derivative. Right? Next. So today in this video, we will learn about the basic important rules in derivative and how to differentiate a particular function. Before that, let's have a quick look on the derivative of certain functions which everybody has to learn. Right? So first we have sin x, the derivative is cos x. Cos x, the derivative is minus sin x. Tan x, the derivative is sec square x. Cot x, the derivative is minus cosec square x. Sec x, the derivative is sec x into tan x. Cosec x, the derivative is minus cosec x into cot x. And for ex, it is ex. And log x, it is 1 upon x, which we have verified by finding the derivatives by first principle as well. Next, what we will do? We will do the chain rule. Is chain rule. So what is chain rule? These rules will help us in finding the derivative in a go for a particular function. If the functions that we have discussed so far are given directly, we will write the derivative directly. But if some different powers are given, some different angles are given, what do we do about it? So then chain rule comes into picture. So how do we do it? First of all, what we will see, can we write the given function in terms of whole power? So if we can write, then we will write it like this. So whole power can be written like this. Then the chain rule says we have to differentiate power, then function, and then the angle. Right? So power, function and angle. So first of all, in a function, we will see whether we have whole power of the function. If it is there, we will differentiate the power first. So how do we differentiate the power? We have a formula which says x ki power n is nx n minus 1, right? So this is the derivative of the power. So whole power is 4 over here and this is a variable over here. So function, so 4 sine 2x whole power is 3. So what did we do? We differentiated the power. So I'll just cross it up. We have differentiated the power. Now what is the next thing? Function. So what is my function? Sine. Sine theta. Sine x. So what I'll do? I'll just differentiate sine. What is the derivative of sine? We know the derivative of sine is cos. So whatever angle is there, just write that angle. Okay? Then whatever, even if it is x4, x100, anything, we will write the same angle. Then next, kya hua? We have differentiated sine x, right? Now we will just cross it up. Next, what is there? Angle. So what I'll do? I'll just write the derivative of angle. So what is the angle? 2x. As we discussed right now, the derivative of 2x is 2 because x ki power is 1. So if I apply this particular rule, I'll get 2 into 1, x ki power 1 minus 1, 0. So it will be 2. So this is chain rule. We differentiate power and function and then the angle. Right? We'll just see more examples. Suppose I have a function like this, sine square x plus 5. And over here, let me put a square. So sine square x square plus 5. So again, power, function, angle. So what I'll do? I'll just, no need of writing it always in terms of whole power. If it is clear to you, then you can write directly. So we know whole power is there. So 2 sine x square plus 5. So I have differentiated the power. So I'll just cross it up. Then what is the angle? Sine. What is the function? Sine. So sine derivative is cos x square plus 5. Then what is the next thing? The angle. Cross it up. So angle x square, the derivative is 2x. We just now said the derivative of constant is 0. So this will be my final answer. Right? Let's move on to the next question. Suppose I have a question like this. Cos of sine x. Right? So cos of sine x. Now if I observe this particular question, I'll just see, does it have any power? No. Over here we don't have overall power. So we will not go into power part. We will directly move on to the function part. Right? Just observe very carefully. So we'll move on to the function part. So function part के लिए क्या करना है? So we will see what is the function. Function is cos over here. So I'll just write the derivative of cos. What is the derivative of cos? Cos derivative is sine minus sine. So minus sine of whatever angle is there. Don't see the angle even. Whatever is there, just write it down. Now cross it up. So once it is crossed, what is the next part? Function after we have angle. So what is the angle? Angle is sine x. So what is the derivative of sine x? We'll just write cos x. Now if I see x over here, the derivative of x is 1. So no need of differentiating it further. So this is the answer. Next, move on to next example. So next question what we have y is equal to sine of ax plus b. So chain rule is like part of derivative. We don't write it as a rule. Whenever we are differentiating, by default we apply chain rule, whether it is visible or it is not visible, right? So over here, what is the question? Y is equal to sine ax plus b. So what we will do, we will just write the derivative as y dash. So over here we don't observe any part. So power part is crossed out. What is the next thing? Function. So what is the function? Sine. Sine, the derivative of sine is cos. So I'll just write the derivative of sine as cos ax plus b, right? So function part is done. Now let's see, observe the angle A and B. When it is written, it is a constant. So ax like 2x. So 2x का derivative क्या था? It was 2. Similarly, what will be the derivative of ax? It will be a, because the derivative of x is 1. So I'll just cross this up because of the function part. Angle derivative I'll just write over here as a. So this is the answer after applying the chain rule. Next we have y is equal to sec tan root x. So this is question number 4 of exercise 5.2 NCERT. So what it says, again you have to differentiate with respect to x. So whenever we have to differentiate, again we have to look for a function. The same thing we will observe, the chain rule. So power, function and angle. So what do I observe? We don't have any power. So power part is crossed out. So I'll move on to the function part. So what is the function? Sec. So what is the derivative of sec theta? It is sec theta, whatever angle is there, and tan, whatever angle is there. Just write blindly whatever angle is written and cross the function part. Now, what is the next thing? The angle part. What is tan root x? So, I'll just see what is the derivative of tan. It is secant square x. So, this part is also crossed. Now, see what is the angle over here of tan. It is root x. So, the derivative of root x we did. So, I'll just write the derivative of root x as 1 upon 2 root x. Right? Don't miss this part. So, how will I know till what step I have to differentiate? When you will differentiate, keep on differentiating and crossing and just try to observe the next function. If the derivative comes out to be 1, we will stop. If it is not, then we will keep on differentiating, right? Like, had it been x over here, had it been sec tan x, had it been like sec tan x, then what I would have done, sec the derivative I would have written as sec tan x, then tan x, and then I would have moved to function that angle, that is tan. So I would have written secant square x. Now I would have observed the angle of tan, which is x, the derivative is 1, so I would have stopped here. But since it is root x, so we will be differentiating root x as well as 1 upon 2 root x, right? Okay, now next question number 7. So what it says, we have this. Now observe, does this question has a whole part over here, right? You are right. We can just write it as 1 by 2. Okay. So the whole part of the question is 1 by 2. Now be very careful when you are writing the function, rewriting the function, don't put the derivative sign. Okay. When you are differentiating, then only put the derivative sign. So we will first of all differentiate the part. So whole part will come to the front and we can write it as Half minus 1 is minus 1 by 2, right? So what did I do? I differentiated the part. Now let me cross the part. Now what is the next thing? The function. What is the function? Cot. So what I'll do, I'll write the derivative of cot. So what is the derivative of cot? It is minus cosecant square x. Whatever is the x. Over here x is x square, so I'll just write. So this part is also done. So power done, function done. Now what is the next thing? Angle. So x square. What is the derivative of x square? It is 2x. So that is why I told you all the derivatives before. So you have to learn all those derivatives, and with practice, if you will keep on practicing the questions, automatically the derivatives will come to your mind, right? So we'll just move on to the next question. So if then I'll move on to the next question, it is cos root x. So if I have to write the derivative, does the whole question has any power? No, whole power is not there. So I'll move on to the function part. So what is the function part? Cos theta. So what is the derivative of cos? It is minus sine theta. So I'll just cross the cos. Now what is theta? Root x. So what is the derivative of root x? We know it is 1 upon 2 root x, right? So we will write the derivative like this. Clearly this is question number 7 of exercise 5.4 NCERT. So over here what do we observe? अब क्या दिख रहा है? क्या इस फंक्शन की होल पावर लिख सकते हैं? Yes, I can write it as whole power as half, right? So अब क्या रूल लगेगा? चेन रूल अगेन, पावर फंक्शन एंगल. सो पावर का क्या करेंगे? हाफ e रूट एक्स की पावर माइनस हाफ. पावर का काम हो गया. देन व्हाट इज द फंक्शन? e. सो e x का डेरिवेटिव e x. अब व्हाट इज द एंगल? रूट एक्स. तो रूट एक्स का डेरिवेटिव 1 upon 2 root x. So इसको इस तरह से लिखेंगे. If you want to combine, you can combine it as 1 upon 4 root x minus half और 1 ये मिलके हाफ हो जाएगा. So e root x हम ऐसे लिख सकते हैं, right? अब इसी तरह क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 है. So what do I observe? Log of log x. मल्टीप्लीकेशन नहीं है, अगेन log of log x. So log का फंक्शन जो है वो log x है. So log का डेरिवेटिव 1 upon log x. इसका काम हो गया. अब log x का डेरिवेटिव 1 upon x. So this is how we will do all the questions which are based on product rule, question rule and chain rule. We have done the examples also where we have taken functions where all the three rules are applicable. So keep on practicing these questions to have a mastery over on all these concepts.